Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Today I have the pleasure of sitting down with our building official from Charles Abbott and Associates, and a good friend of mine now. We've gone 2 years almost.
That's
now.
right.
2 years. I'm sitting down today, ladies and gentlemen, with Will Hart. Will, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Alton. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a pleasure to sit down with you. And Will, you guys, I'm going to just say, you guys bring a great breath of fresh air to the neighborhood, to the building official office, and the inspectors have a wealth of experience, and then inspectors that you guys can call on, because we send out like our stormwater management stuff, so we just really appreciate all that Charles Abbott has brought to the table for us.
Well, it's nice to hear and glad to be here and hope to be here moving forward. It's been a great experience working with the City of LaGrange, yeah. And it's always been just a friendly atmosphere here at City Hall.
Yeah, and and we're hoping that we can kind of continue that friendly atmosphere. We like to think that we have an open door policy. People can come in, get information, and you and your team have worked in a number of jurisdictions. And I know that you all always hear some of the contracts come in like, man, this is an easy place to get navigate through, because you go to some places. Not that easy, right? That's
correct. Yeah. Well, we take a lot of pride in what we do. We currently service about 30 cities or counties in the state of Georgia.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, we're learning from our own experiences and try to streamline these processes as much as we possibly can, mm-hmm. and make it a pleasant experience for the customer and the citizens.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I want to talk a little bit. Will, I know we've had some recent storms in here. It seemed like we had one in February, had one in March, and then had some other, light storms, and we see and know there's a lot of roof repairs going on and some other repairs going on within the community, and I know that sometimes people just don't know what they don't know. If they're doing roof repairs, does that require permitting?
The replacement of a complete tear off of a roof mm-hmm. is a permittable process.
Okay.
And we have those processes and procedures listed on our website, readily available here at City Hall. And again, we try to streamline that process, where you're not in a situation where, your roof's halfway torn off and then you're having an inspector come out and you're waiting on that process. Mm-hmm. We allow a lot of photographs to come in for those underlayment photographs and valley and flashing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Because sometimes, again, we and you know it, and you guys know it, and sometimes people come in under cover of night and they can tear a roof off pretty quickly and get it back on. But definitely, we just, it's all looking out for the safety of the citizens and the community as well.
That's right. The last thing, that's our job, is to be a safeguard for the community and the citizens. Mm-hmm. So, I know a lot of people look at it and they say, wow, I've really got to get a permit to do this work on my roof. But here's what happens when somebody comes in and does this work and everybody feels like they've got good intentions. But this gives you a second set of eyes and an opportunity for a non-biased party to take a look at it and evaluate it and make sure that what you're paying for is a quality job.
That's right, absolutely. And talking about jobs, we do have a lot of things going on within the City of LaGrange, and I know that you and your team and others within the city are kind of keeping the finger on the pulse. And we go out, and I'm sure you hear it sometimes too. We go into the community and we talk about the development, and fortunately, unfortunately, however you want to look at it, we have a lot of apartment development that's taking place within the community. And I just want to start first of all, Hamilton Road. There's a development that's going on there. We used to be the old American Legion Golf Course. Talk a little bit about that for us, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a big site there. Currently, a group called Flournoy Construction out of Columbus is building an apartment complex that I believe the number is somewhere around the 300 for those apartments. And then Rockland Homes is developing adjacent to that property. Would be 460 townhomes that'll be sold. So it's a significant parcel with a lot of development.
Absolutely.
Also looking forward to in front of that at a later date, and we don't know exactly what's going, but there's some opportunities possibly for some restaurants and some businesses there in front facing Hamilton Road.
Very good. Yeah, that is a huge site there, and people remember, I as well remember back at the old fairgrounds, the fair used to come up and sit up out there years ago. That was when I was younger, though.
Right.
much younger. Very good. So a total of about, sounds like almost 1,000 units going in with the Rockland Homes and then Flournoy construction of the apartment complexes there,
yeah,
right?
Somewhere around that number.
So that's a big number. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And we need the rooftops. And people, need to understand that rooftops drives other developments, such as the commercial, the restaurants that so many people ask for as well.
Right. So if you've got those and you've got the rooftops, then you've got, opportunities for businesses to come in to, to supply their workforce.
That's right, absolutely. South Davis Road, there's another apartment unit going up over there.
Yeah, that one is Imperium Apartments, excuse me, and that group's out of Florida, and they're moving at a rapid rate. It's really moving fast, and we're starting to see those units go vertical.
Okay.
Again, I think that's another right around 300 units.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And you talk about, even with the weather that we're having right now, they still can get in there and kind of really get things situated. I know that there may be some aerials that will be put up here to kind of show the pads and everything of that nature. Now, when although the 300 units, you guys have to inspect each one of those units, right?
That's correct, yeah. And in addition to that, we provide stormwater and erosion control inspections for the city. So we've got people on site looking at that, because you've got some creeks that are in that general area, and the last thing you want to do is negatively impact those streams. So buffer requirements, silt fencing, BMPs on these job sites are constantly being maintained and inspected. So that's another component of what we're doing every day.
Absolutely, and do a fine job, a great job, because I know that there's agencies that are out there that wants that.
That's correct.
And we've had to deal with those in the past as well. So, and I always tell people, when you get some of these torrential rains that we've been having, kind of these short intermittent downpours, your BMPs is best management practice. They're going to try to do the best that they can, right?
That's right, yeah. And then we've had some, acts of God, the tornadoes that you speak of, and some of these things are just, you can't plan for them. You do the best you can and pick up the pieces aftermath and come together as a community and try to put it back together. So
absolutely.
That's another thing that we've been dealing with here, the aftermath of these storms.
And you guys did a tremendous job in the Lexington Baldwin Park. You got out there, coated the homes, and we still have a lot of those residents coming in, getting permits, and trying to get their lives back together.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We're gonna skip on over to Vernon Road. I think I know it's another apartment development there as well. Maybe not quite as large as the others.
Right. A group out of Atlanta, Alliance Development, is building that right there at the 1900 block of Vernon. And then you'll also see the Publix and the shops that are going there. We've got a new Chick-fil-A that looks like it'll be opening up probably, if not later this month, first part of next month. We've got a Starbucks going in over there. And then, you've probably read in the paper, got Jersey Mike's Sandwich Shop.
Wow.
There's a Mexican restaurant that's going in over there. Nail salon and some other shops that are going in to join that Publix development.
And that was one that took off, and it seemed like it came to fruition pretty quickly there.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a complete metamorphosis from where that lot began. The movement of dirt, just thousands and thousands of yards of dirt being, moved around and really contoured to that site. It's been very impressive to see over the last year.
Absolutely. And I know that Vernon Road is a heavily traveled area, and we need the viewers to know that that is a DOT state highway road. And I know people have already asked, is there going to be a signalization going out there somewhere? So, that's not the city's determination. That's a state of Georgia DOT determination. But I know they will have some decel lanes, and I know that you're aware of those as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And we've got multiple entrances and exits coming off of that site. Not everything, you've got an access to the Hills and Dales Farm Road as well. So hopefully that'll take away some of the negative impact coming from the volume of traffic coming in and out of Chick-fil-A and Starbucks, because we know those are very popular. So.
That's right. And I think Chick-fil-A, like you said, is probably the end of this month, I believe they said they were.
I believe so, yes.
That's right, absolutely. So definitely it's going to increase the volume over there, I'm sure.
That's right. And make sure to go visit that Chick-fil-A, because the Chick-fil-A on Lafayette Parkway is going to be going through a big remodel. So I think they're going to wait around a month, and then they're going to actually shut that one down. So you need to be familiar. If you like Chick-fil-A, that's going to be the only one in town for a little while. Okay, all right, very good. And as we close out, there's I went by the location of Commerce one day, and it was a wooded area. I drove by the next day, and I'm like, wow, Right. So 300 Commerce Avenue, kind of across the street from the Goodwill. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got a nice apartment development. It's not near as big as the ones that are going in. It's about 185 units, but really going to be a nice improvement to that commerce, corridor. And I know a lot of people are wondering what's going on with the Publix there. I've read in the paper that the Publix is going to remain open, and I think this volume of, residents will certainly help keep that going in the direction it needs to go.
Very good. Yeah, I know that anytime, you see development kind of spreading away from your center part of your town, you're always worried because you don't want big empty boxes, in the heart of your community and stuff. So we're glad to hear that Publix is going to be maintaining the commerce location as well as having the location out on the west side of town.
Correct.
Absolutely. Well, Will, I know that we could talk about development because with all these that we talked about, we probably got this many and more that are in some stage of conceptual to maybe coming to fruition at some other point. So I just want to say thank you for allowing me to grab you as a last minute guest. I'm just going to say that's the caliber of the team that you guys are and have brought to our city. So thank you once again for being my guest on City Week today.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more City Week coming up in just a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I always like to go over to Visit LaGrange and have a conversation with Lynne Holle to learn about all the things taking place within our community. Lynne, we're going to toss it to you.
Hi, Alton. I have a couple of events that are very important that I want to share with the public today. Friday, June 30th at 8 p.m., Red, White, and Blue Friday at Sweetland Amphitheater. Kick off the 4th of July weekend with the annual Red, White, and Blue Friday at Sweetland Amphitheater. Enjoy a performance by the LaGrange Community Band at 8, followed by a showing of DC League of Super Pets at 9 p.m. This event is completely free, along with being picnic approved, so feel free to bring some snacks to enjoy. Want to reserve a table to decorate? Email Lily Hamilton at lilyh@downtownlagrange.com. That's Friday, June 30th at 8 p.m. at Sweetland Amphitheater. The movie, DC League of Super Pets, is rated PG. Saturday, July 1st at 10 a.m., JSL Sweetland to Liberty Parade. Come to downtown LaGrange and enjoy the annual Sweetland to Liberty Parade presented by the Junior Service League. This year's parade has a new route, so it begins at LSPA's parking lot and ends at Sweetland Amphitheater. Participation is free. Children must have their parent's signature to be in the parade. Please submit a completed registration form via the JSL website at www.jsloflagrange.com. Alton, as a proud American, these are just some important events that I wanted to make sure the public knew about. Back to you.
Thanks so much for that lineup, Lynn. And we know that once again, our public will come out and take full advantage of all the events. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining City Week this week. My guests have been from the City of LaGrange, the building office. I had on the building official, Will Hart with Charles Abbott and Associate, as he talked about all the various development that's taking place in and around LaGrange area, and also some commercial development that will be taking place in the near coming months and hopefully early part of next year. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you've enjoyed this interview, and as always, I want to invite you back for more of City Week.